Welcome back to another Saltwise video. In today's video, we're going to be discussing and giving some more information on how to tie a pompano rig. Okay, so let's talk about some of the line that you should use, and we're going to go on some of the hooks and beads and floats and something about the weight. So to start off, I recommend that you use Berkeley fluorocarbon 20 to 30 pound test because it really makes your rig almost invisible underwater so the fish cannot see all that line. You can also use clear 20 to 30 pound mono. In this case, I'm not using that. I'm just going to use some green stuff so you can see it better on camera. So the beads imitate stuff on the sand flea like their egg sac. And then the floats, they float your rig in the water column. And something about the hooks is that you really just want to have a small circle hook or kale hook, just something that hooks the fish for you. And as far as the weight goes, just make sure that you have something bigger than 2 ounces. Let's take some line off of our spool here. We're going to take about 2 to 3 feet off. And now we're going to be tying a very simple but effective Palomar knot. Now, if you do not know how to tie this knot, I'm going to have a card linked up in the top right corner, so if you want to jump over there to learn it, you can. But I'm going to be giving a little bit of a fast explanation so we can get this video going. So all you're going to have to do is fold the line in itself just like so. Come up here to the tip, pinch that down so it can fit through the eye of your swivel here. It's going to be sliding just like so. Take your eye on your left arm to form a loop. Go underneath that loop one time with your other main line. And I like to call this piece the locker. We're going to take that underneath the weight. And now at this point, I like to wet the knot. Okay, now you're going to cinch that all down here with your fingers. Sort of cinch that down, and then you're going to go ahead and cut your tag end. Just a reminder, when cutting a Palomar knot tag, make sure to leave a little bit more tag on there. So when you get that big fish, your tag end is going to pull in just a little bit. So make sure to cut that down. Now that we have our strong and secure Palomar knot tied onto our weight here, we're going to go ahead and move up the line 10 to 24 inches. It's kind of all up to you when creating this rig, but ideally right in the middle where you can get those pompano in the water column. So we're going to move up. And when creating a dropper loop, you're going to take the line, fold it in on itself, kind of, just like a Palomar knot. And then you're going to have these 2 lines here. Take your eye on your left arm to form a loop. Go underneath that line with this main line 2 to 3 times. I'm going to go ahead and do 3. 1, 2, and 3. And then at this point, you can wet your knot. Now you can go ahead and cinch your knot down. You're just going to start to see a figure 8 forming here. Go ahead and cinch that down. Make sure to pull on it from the inside of your loop. Go ahead, open it up, pull from in there. Take your weight and pull on these 2 lines right here. Ensure that knot is nice and strong, and you're good to go. Now we're going to go ahead and move 12 inches from our first loop to make our second loop. We're going to go ahead and do the same exact thing that we did last time. Take the line, fold it in on itself, form a loop. Go underneath that loop 2 to 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. We're going to go ahead and wet our line. It's going to go ahead and look like this, and then we're going to cinch that line down. Make sure that it's going to look like a figure 8 here, and then cinch it all the way down. You can use your fingernails to cinch that all the way up to the top, and you're going to end up with a nice knot. You can pull from these sides right here. You can pull on the inside. And now we're going to move at least 10 inches to go ahead and cut our line right here so we can attach our swivel. So we're going to use a Palomar knot to attach our line to our swivel just like we used on the weight. Same kind of thing. All you got to do is fold the line in on itself. Make sure that you come up here to the tip and pinch that down so you can fit it through your swivel. Go ahead and put it through. It should be sliding just like so. Take your item to your left arm to form a loop. Go underneath that loop 1 time. Let's call this piece the locker. We're going to take that underneath the swivel here. Should look just like this. At this point, we can wet our knot here and cinch that all down. Now we can go ahead and cut our tag. Again, when cutting the tag on a Palomar knot, you're going to want to leave at least 1/4 of an inch of tag because that line will pull down just a hair. Now that we have all of our stuff tied on there nice and strong, we're gonna go ahead and start to put on our beads, our floats, and our hooks. Now there are a lot of ways that you can do this. You can put just a bead and then a hook, or you can do your float and then your bead, just kind of everything that you want it. But usually the regular way that everybody likes to do it is they like to put on the float first. So all you have to do is just put your float on, and all you have to do is just pinch that line and put it through. Same thing applies to the bead. Got to do is just pinch that down, put it through the hole. And now with your hook here, it's kind of the same exact thing. You just put that through your hook. Now that you've done that, you're gonna open this up. You're gonna take this underneath your hook, and that's all locked on there. Now this is what your rig is gonna look like in the water column. Let's do the same for the other loop. Again, pinch that loop down, put on your float, put on your bead next, and then all you gotta do is put on your hook, and you're just about done. All right, now this is what your rig is going to look like. You're going to have your two hooks right here, you're gonna have your swivel, and then you're gonna have your weight, and that is a completed Pompano rig. Thank you guys for tuning into this video. If you wanna see more content like this, make sure to go check out the Saltwise channel where we do a lot of cool stuff just like this. We'll see y'all in the next one.